I'm Aaron Davidson. Today we're doing some video out on the shop floor. It's one of those places that I like to spend my time. I like getting people's hair and checking out what's going on and planning that next project that we're doing. Really the engineering and the new products and the innovation is a thing that makes me excited about running Gunwerks and what's coming next. So I felt it was appropriate to film a little background about Gunwerks and the innovation and the steps that we've taken to try to change the industry and to make awesome products for our customers. And we've been around for quite a while. We're pushing 15 years. We founded in 2006. I actually worked on Gunwerks for a year before we created the entity, but 2006 is when we founded Gunwerks. And that year I filed our first patent for a ballistic system. And we spent the next year working on our rifle systems and released rifle systems for sale in 2007. So our very first rifle was delivered in April 2007, and we spent the next 2 or 3 years working really hard to learn how to produce those at scale because of the demand we created. One of the interesting things about Gunwerks is it's not all about guns. A lot of our efforts to change the industry have been focused more on optics, ballistic systems, and optoelectronics. Our first patent was even about a ballistic turret system, and one of the first real engineering projects that we did, just absolutely took a lot of time and investment from us, was getting control of our own ballistic algorithms. And we had this huge project that we were working on, which was the first laser rangefinder that would have a ballistic solution built right in. And we were working on that for a lot of years. In 2010, we released our first ballistics program online. It was the G7 program, and it got a lot of use. We built that specifically as a tool so that as we were developing the G7 rangefinder, the BR2 that we launched in August of 2011. So we did that specifically so we had a check and test mechanism. So we proved our algorithm first, and then we were able to prove the device once we started going into production. And then in 2011, we did launch that G7 BR2, which I think is one of the biggest milestones in the history of Gunwerks. One of the big parts about Gunwerks that has been attached to our brand since the very beginning was this idea of shooting video, from documenting hunts, teaching, training people. But the Long Range Pursuit TV show first aired in 2011. So that was the first time that Gunwerks had produced the show and the first time we'd put that on the air. And continuing in that idea of providing information and entertainment to our customers to show people what they could do in the long range space, we also launched the Long Range magazine in 2013. Everybody that knows Gunwerks as a rifle company also knows that we do training. Long Range University is a very significant training resource for our customers and for aspiring customers that want to learn how to shoot long range and learn about long range equipment. The process of developing, that skill started for us a long time ago. We started our first training course in 2007. But the next big milestone for us was investing in 250 acres and building a known distance range and a 5,000 square foot training facility. And what it allowed us to do is train in the classroom and then apply at the shooting range and go back and forth to really accelerate a customer's ability to understand those difficult concepts. Gunwerks started out a lot like most custom rifle manufacturers. We partnered up with a company that had a receiver that would white label the receiver for us. We found a barrel manufacturer and we found a stock manufacturer, and we worked with them to get the parts in. We'd fit and finish and assemble those and make a great shooting rifle. In fact, our shooting systems kind of paved the way for the long range marketplace as it is today. In 2017, we realized that the supply chain and the design and the control of that was important enough that we started investing money into a new receiver design. So there was features that we wanted on a receiver that we just weren't able to buy in the marketplace. And so that's kind of where that next growth step for us came, was to design exactly what we wanted so that it functioned the way we wanted. So we knew it would provide the success that our customers needed. That happened in 2017. It was kind of the start for us for bigger investments into engineering and design. So once you start investing in an engineering team, you got to keep these guys busy. So the next project we took on was rifle stocks. And in 2018, we launched a full lineup of rifle stocks. We did the Climber and the Magnus, and the Verdict was following along shortly thereafter. One of the places that we've really put a lot of focus and development is in the ballistic systems and methods. So rangefinders with ballistics, or in 2017, we launched the first rifle scope that had a full ballistic suite, heads-up display, encoders for position of elevation turrets, all sorts of really cool stuff. It was 5 years in the making. It was a massive engineering and R&D investment for us, and we were very, very excited to launch that in 2017. The Revic brand is something that we feel has a lot of potential. It stands for revolutionary optics, and just the way that we approach things, hopefully you'll see a lot of good stuff out of that brand in the future. But that Gen 1 PMR was a very significant product for us, and despite the fact that we weren't trying to do a hunting scope, and it was heavy and it was tactical, it was an awesome example of a way you can solve that complex problem. Muzzle devices has been kind of an interesting space for us. In the past, I remember running training guns without muzzle brakes or suppressors, and now I can't hardly shoot a gun without a suppressor. So we've come a long ways from those early ideas about what a real hunting rifle should be. In 2019, we launched the Gunwerks line of 6 and 8 suppressors, and fully integrated the manufacturing of those suppressors in our facility. A big part of building long-range shooting systems at Gunwerks is the paperwork that comes behind the scenes. Pushing paper through the shop and running travelers has always been a thing that I wanted to get away from, and very early in 2019, we decided that we needed to invest in a new system that would allow our customers to build any configuration they want and allow our manufacturing team to produce that exact product perfectly. And we've spent 4 years optimizing that, but that was a big investment, as well as a new facility. In 2018, we started construction of a new facility here for Gunwerks, and we moved in 2020. It gives us the space to do the things that we want to do and allows us to vertically integrate the manufacturing processes that will help us build better quality at a better value for our customers. For the last 4 or 5 years, we've been working on a new rangefinder. We released it under the Revic brand, but it continues with the heritage of that G7 BR2 series, the beam divergence, the ranging algorithms, and the ballistics. And in the new system, we just announced in 2021, the Revic BR4 does a full ballistic solution with wind vectors and everything. It's an amazing device. Gunwerks has been innovating since the very beginning. From the first patent that we filed, the year we incorporated, to the latest BR4 launch that we've just put out in 2021. The products that we bring to the market are designed to make your shooting experience simpler and more effective, to take that effective distance that you have and help you push the boundaries and make it farther and farther. And as we've built momentum and we've built the tools that we need and the team that we need to achieve some really awesome things, I'm very excited for what's coming in the future.